And we're back, guys. We pick up here in the Challenger Tour. This is the Santa Cruz Sierra Challenger Championship match between Meza Guillen, who's got an amazing clay resume, guys. Literally 95% of his wins have come on the clay circuit, over 100 wins on the clay surface, taking on a very tough opponent here, the younger brother of Francisco Cerundolo. This is Juan Manuel, and this guy is amazing. Now, he's coming off of a 40-win season last year. Guillen won 51 matches last year, but he started off slow, right? At one point, he was 15-16, Juan Manuel having a losing season, but I've been riding him right through the Lima Challenger Championship where he won that match, and now he's in the Santa Cruz final here, going for back-to-back titles, and he's on a 9-match win streak, now 24-16. He's an amazing clay player, much like his older brother. Now, his older brother, Francisco, had a very tough match with Carlos Alcaraz at Queen's Club. He would end up losing that, but I just want to say Francisco, both of these guys, amazing talents. Every time I've seen Francisco, he's always stopped, set a low. These guys, and look, this is the message I want to get to the fans, especially the casual fans, because a lot of times in passing, they'll come to these videos on YouTube and they'll leave their mark. And a lot of times it's a negative mark, everlasting, about the player's bad match that they had, or just a comment or just something negative that they dislike about the player. Here at Tennis in a Minute, it's all about the good energy, right? We want to try to acknowledge how great these players are, because tennis is a very tough sport. These guys are traveling all over the world. They're not seeing their families. It gets lonely and depressing when you're losing. You know, they're in different arenas every week. Fans are booing them. You know, it's tough. So if we can just show love, drop a heart, whatever you can. And look, if it's fair criticism, that's all game. That's what it's about. This is what news outlets thrive off of, the ability to report and fair criticize. But any of the personal attacks, there's just not warranted, right? And I just want to say, Juan Manuel, younger, big brother, they're both amazing. Even Guillen. Now, Juan Manuel, if you're not familiar with him, he's been on a 9-match win streak, just tearing it up on the clay circuit. He's from Argentina. Don't cry for me. What do you expect, guys? He's amazing. But he's been down in a lot of these matches, having to dig his way out of a hole. Nothing new here again. Second match in a row, down a set, trying to pull off an amazing comeback. And it seems like he just has a level where it's just nonchalant, where he knows he can turn it up at any time. The crafty lefty dropped the first set in blowout fashion, came back, handed out a breadstick. He's broken to start the third set, breaks back, and look at him, just like his big brother. Amazing on the clay surface, crafty lefty. And he's got a chance here to win back-to-back titles, ladies and gentlemen. Get your popcorn down the stretch. Challenger TV, Santa Cruz, Sierra. Now, listen, a lot of people wonder why. And listen, on the WTA, we all know I cover mainly WTA matches. But on Saturdays, I like to do a little bit of everything. Boxing, MMA, whatever I can. I might even do basketball. I know all this stuff, right? I've played all of these sports. But a lot of times it's tough covering the WTA, and I may just go to Masters and Slam events, because the ATP, we all know, they invest a lot more in the sport. Sometimes the quality of the feeds that I get covering the WTA, it's not good quality. By the time, you know, I literally download the video, cut it, edit it, add a voiceover, upload it to the site here, the server on YouTube, the quality's distorted a bit, and it's really what I have to work with. But my goal is to just spread the positivity of the sport, the great athletes that do an amazing job, and just grow the sport. I think professional tennis, especially the WTA, should be a lot bigger than what it is. These athletes are amazing, and I don't think they get their fair share. I mean, some of these places they're playing in, I mean, we have to do better. I mean, the tour is making money, and my goal is to grow the sport and get it to a multi-billion-dollar sport. The WTA tour should be a multi-billion-dollar sport, just like the ATP, in my opinion. But nonetheless, Sierra Cruz Challenger Championship match. Can Juan Manuel pull off another comeback? He's been coming back on his 9-match win streak. It seems like every other match down a set, a huge underdog. I think he might have enough to do it again, guys. Tennis in a Minute. Get your popcorn. The home crowd's here for